This is Angela. Yeah, she's a babe all right. And though it is true that I could be using her simply to get your attention, it turns out Angela's much more than just a pretty face. Oh yeah, she's got brains too. In a few minutes, I'm going to tell you how Angela helped improve the performance in many areas of my life, including my sex life, by teaching me about the importance of high tea to improve my strength, stamina, and my libido. But first, let me ask you, what's the first thing you think of when you hear the words high tea? Well, if you're like me, you might imagine a famous palm court of the Plaza Hotel in New York, where at 2 p.m. every afternoon they begin the high tea service. Or perhaps you think of expensive finger food and aromatic beverages being sipped from dainty china, while properly held with extended pinkies, of course. You might even picture the hoity-toity attitude of a high society snob being doted upon by over-attentive waiters. At least, those were the thoughts that popped into my mind. But as Angela would say, au contraire, big boy. Turned out, as valid as my opinions may be about a seemingly unmanly afternoon tea service, they did not represent the kind of very manly high tea Angela was referring to. So let me change the context of the discussion. What if we were first discussing low T, the abbreviated term used to refer to low testosterone? What then would you think of if you heard the words high T? Based on research from the Mayo Clinic, we know that testosterone peaks in a man in his 20s and begins decreasing in his 30s, accelerating the decline in each decade thereafter. It's important to recognize early symptoms of low T for what they are and take steps to slow down or reverse the losses. Key symptoms to watch for include difficulty maintaining muscle mass and unusual fatigue, such as things that used to be easy seem now to just tire you out, and almost constant feeling that you've flat just run out of gas. You'll notice things like difficulty losing weight. There's those extra pounds on the waist you just can't explain. There's a reduced sex drive and impotence. Say it ain't so. So the obvious question is, what can you do about low T? What are your options? You can, of course, go the prescription route, or you can experiment with non-prescription methods. Some are tested and proven. Some, well, not so much. If you go the prescription route, you'll be told about the daily testosterone shots or cream, but these are expensive. Very expensive. They can be cumbersome and tedious, needing to do it every day. And frankly, they can have some of their own unfortunate side effects. And these methods do require you to have routine and continuous monitoring by your doctor to keep close watch for changes in things like increased blood pressure, changes in your liver enzymes that can indicate liver stress, and especially changes in your prostate health, which is an exam I look forward to about as much as the sequel to Brokeback Mountain. Or you can pursue a non-prescription route, taking your chances with the abundance of products with unproven claims that boost your natural testosterone, trying to decide which is safe and will work for you is a trial and error process. Most of it's token levels of important ingredients, many with potentially risky side effects. And unless you're as flush as Richie Rich, you are probably uncomfortable wasting hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to realize nothing but, well, disappointment. And the frustration of trying to find an authentic product becomes a little more than a crapshoot, a roll of the dice. So to quote Angela, remember Angela? Yeah. Well, to quote Angela, the real question becomes, do you feel lucky? This is when she began explaining about a product that will naturally increase my energy and vitality, my strength and stamina, and what I wishfully hope to be the most important to Angela, my sex drive and libido. Basically, what she taught me about was a scientifically formulated testosterone booster called high Tea, which contains the proven ingredients that are key to performance on so many levels, and removes the trial and error guessing that normally accompanies the process of finding products that work. So now let me ask you, if the lovely angel in your life should happen to get that look in her eyes and mention it's time for high tea, are you going to be thinking about $50 per person foo-foo drinks and crumpets on fine china in the early afternoon? I'm betting not. And I'm also betting you won't just be thinking how high tea will boost your testosterone. Instead, you will probably be thinking about the benefits of high tea. Yep, I suspect you'll be thinking it's time to get back on your warrior pace for your favorite events. And time to smoke that arrogant punk on the mountain bike while climbing your favorite trail. Okay, so that last one might just be me. But it is time for your muscles to recover faster than the several days it now takes after your weekend of warrioring, which I don't think's a real word. I may have just invented a new verb. And it's time for those gals in the gym to look at you the way they used to. For that matter, time for the ladies on the street to look at you the way they used to. Although, I must admit, the only look I'm interested in is the look I get from Angela. Oh yeah, it's time, all right. It's time for high tea.